The negotiation process was a very positive experience.
I was genuinely surprised at how much extra value he brought to the table when it came to negotiating certain nuances of the transaction. I think very highly of my business partner. I think relatively highly of myself. I think we're pretty savvy business people, but I was still genuinely impressed with some of the input and the strategy that he brought to the table. It was worth every penny and every minute of time.
One thing that was unique about our sale is that there was property also involved, that we owned the building that we were in.
I think one of the sticking points for us had to do with our lease. We actually owned the real estate that the business operated in.
The fact that IBA could represent us on multifacets, not just in the selling of the business, but in the leasing of the property that we owned.
That's when our specific representative really kind of stepped up and helped facilitate that process.
Two of us wants to retire from the company at the sale, and two junior partners, they want to stay with the company. So IBA had to negotiate that portion addition to the sale.
When I decided that I wanted to retire, I had a business partner that I'd had for 20 years, and she was not ready to retire. IBA was able to come in and be able to work with both me and my partner, and to understand that it was, going to be something that we both needed to be reassured that I could retire and that my partner would be able to continue to work.
The employment contract was for 2 years beyond the company, or the transfer of the company, and then beyond that, it was just up to me and the owner, and I fully expected to be gone after 2 years, but by that time we'd worked out a good relationship, so I ended up staying on for 8 more years after I'd sold it.
I did carry a portion of the sale on contract for that buyer, and I was paid in full, so IBA did a great job qualifying that buyer.
The balance of the agreed on price for the contract, for the purchase of the corporation, was to be paid out over 10 years. We arranged that it would be direct deposit into our account. We got every nickel that we were supposed to get.
One of the real creative ways of being able to sell the business and to assure that the sale price was felt to be fair on both sides, that IBA came up with an earn-out process that was structured such that the buyer would pay half of the sale price up front, and then over a 3-year period, there was a formula that was very clearly defined. So over that 3-year period, we received earn-out amounts, which really helped the buyers feel confident in paying a higher price and helped us in being able to get a higher sale price in the end.
The sale of my business, IBA actually engaged with some other local brokers to accelerate the process and find more buyers. I thought that was a great idea, and it certainly worked. When it came time to sell the business, another broker was involved, but it was clear that IBA had a great relationship with that broker and took charge of the situation. And at the end, it was just nice to meet another person who was passionate about business and business owners being able to sell their business and new folks getting involved in buying businesses. But it was really great that IBA accelerated the process and took charge of the negotiation with the other broker.
There was multiple offers, one higher than the others, but I don't think the highest number were the determining factor. IBA had some way of measuring the value of the potential buyer, and we went with their suggestions and ideas.
I would say from the first phone call with IBA to the final signing of the papers, the attention I was given and the diligence I felt from them, every aspect was professional and exceeded my expectation.
I just felt great about the speed with what it was happening, the deal that was struck, the new owners that were found, and just how smooth everything went.
If I were to use one word to describe my experience with IBA,
Professionalism.
Excellent.
Satisfied.
Winning.
Successful.
results.
And integrity.
Hello, I am Gregory Kovsky, President and CEO of International Business Associates, commonly known as IBA. IBA is the oldest business brokerage firm in the Pacific Northwest. We have represented family-owned businesses and privately held companies since 1975. We represent each of our clients like we're representing a family member, with professionalism, knowledge, and experience, employing best practices.